Welcome back, everybody. We're if this is your first time showing up to these YouTube videos or whatever, you picked the best possible week to show up. Tonight we're starting with React. Um, but before we get into it, I know everyone's been saying the week has been pretty good. Um, I know I've lost 4 pounds since last week. Since I've been hitting the gym and eating healthier and stuff, and hope everyone else is doing good. Well, I think it's supposed to be the it's the Murloc. Well, yeah, for all my WoW nerds. Um, oh, yeah. But let's see. So last week we cracked some async JavaScript, event loops, callbacks, promises, async and await, fetch. Um, hopefully that stuff is still pretty fresh. Tonight we're going to see exactly where it shows up in React, because it shows up everywhere. And here's where I want to start though, because we write a single line of React. Before we even write a single line, I want us to answer like one question. Why does React exist at all? Because if you understand the problem it's solving, the whole API will make more sense. So, why React exists? So yeah, why React exists. See, before React, building dynamic UIs in JavaScript meant manually updating the DOM. Every time something changed, a user clicked a button, data came back from an API, a form field updated, you had to reach into the DOM and change it yourself. And this worked fine for simple things, but as apps started to get more complex, you manually keep tracking of what depends on what. You have to change one piece of data, and then you have to remember to update 5 different DOM elements. If you miss one and your UI is out of sync with your data, these bugs are brutal to track down. So React's answer to this was pretty simple but powerful idea. What if your UI was just a function of your data? And that's kind of where, let's see. Boom. So now here you can describe what your UI should look like for any given state of data. React handles updating the DOM to match. You don't touch the DOM directly. You just update the data and React figures out what needs to change. Excuse me. That's the whole mental model. Your job is to describe the UI. React's job is to keep the DOM in sync with it. This is why state management is such a big deal in React, because state is your data. So when it changes, React re-renders. It runs your component functions again with new data and updates only what changed in the DOM. Everything else we covered tonight pretty much builds on one of these ideas. So yeah. Has anyone used React, before tonight besides, I know, Zaya and I? Oh yeah, I wasn't sure what how far you were in your sprints again. Like if you were still in Java or were past React. Um, puppy dog. I, I don't know. What's your name in here again? Or what's your name? Oh, there we go. Yeah, here. I changed the nickname for the I was like, because it was just you dot 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 dot. I was like, Yeah, you. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, I've even been thinking about maybe like trying to start making a phone app um too recently with React to see just to kind of mess around because I've been like just getting back into working out a lot and eating healthier, so something to like keep track of like, what I'm doing at the gym, what I'm eating, things like that, just to fuck it, why not? I can do that now, right? Yeah. Yeah, so like, cause I've been like getting ads like since I've been getting back in. Of course, phones listen. Like I've been getting like, oh, like some of these really crappy ones, or you have to pay a bunch of money. Like, if I did make it and turned it into something, I'd be like, here, buy it for 99 cents, and every single feature's free. Like here, done. Back like it was. Yeah, exactly. Right, like be exactly like it was back to 2000s. Every app was 99 cents. That's all you had to pay, and then every feature came with. Nowadays, you have to pay like, subscriptions and battle pass plans, and it's just yeah. Well, if you don't get the battle pass, you won't level up as fast. Still can, but no, no. But gotta put an end to this freemium stuff. uh, Sorry for the tangent, but yeah. So components. In React, everything is a component. A component is just a function that returns UI. Specifically, it returns JSX, which we'll get into in just a moment. Like, that's a component right there. And it's a function. It returns some UI, and that's literally it. So this function right here, it always gets written inside this return statement, right? This is where this will be like the structure. So this would be a container with a title and then a paragraph tag, and one's going to be above the other. And then you would typically go inside of here, like right inside like this container. You could do it inside of the H2 or inside the P as well, and you create what these class names, and then you'll have another folder which will be a similar name that you import into here above here, and that's how you'll style every single one of these things is with these class names. So this is how you put it onto the page, and then these class names is how you'll make it like change how it looks on that page. This is what we start doing, yeah. And then like say this was like another function inside of here, like or like a form field or something, and we needed to do something, right? We would put all of that information in between here, the function and the return statement, and that would help control everything down here. Yeah. Um, oh no, no, you're fine. No, great questions. Um, but yeah, components are pretty much just building blocks. You can compose them together to build bigger UIs, the same way you compose functions to build bigger programs. Um, Boom. Um, so app uses header and main. Header and main are components. You use them like HTML tags. This is the composition model. So header elements. Take another no. Um, a few rules about components. Component names must start with capital letters. Um, Header with like this. Um, it's just a HTML tag, whereas this is a React component. React uses a casing, uses the casing to tell them apart. So that, that's how they'll know the difference. Components must return a single root element. You can't return two siblings at the top level. You have to wrap them in a sort of div or use a fragment. So one of these. Components are just functions, though. You can call them, test them, pass them around. All the function knowledge from session 9 applies directly here. Some JSX. JSX is just the syntax you saw in those component examples. The HTML looking stuff inside JavaScript, it's not actually HTML. It's a syntax extension that gets compiled to regular JavaScript. So you never write the compiled version. You build the build tool, Bible or Vite handles that. But knowing it exists matters because it explains some JSX quirks, like use class name instead of class, because class is a reserved word in JavaScript. Whereas like expressions in curly braces, any JavaScript expression goes in curly brackets. Let's see. You also have some self-closing tags must close, like image, input, breaks. In HTML, you can leave them open, but in JSX, you can't. Style is an object, not a string. So JSX feels weird for about 10 minutes, then you stop noticing it. The curly braces are your escape hatch back into JavaScript whenever you need logic inside your UI. So pretty easy stuff. I really liked React. I feel like it's just a lot more simple than Java. I mean, it pretty much is Java, or JavaScript, but so props, short for properties. This is how you pass data into a component. They're the arguments of your component's function. Props flow one way, from parent to child. The parent decides what data the child gets. The child uses it but can't change it. This is the unidirectional data flow that makes React predictable. Big word. A few things worth calling out. String props use quotes. Everything else uses curly braces. You can pass anything as a prop: strings, numbers, booleans, arrays, objects, even functions, and other components. You have your default props. Same pattern as default parameters. Spreading props, using the spreading syntax, which the dot. The spread return pattern that we learned in session 10, right there in React. A good little interview call out is, like, what's the difference between props and state? Props are passed in from the outside, read only. State lives inside the component and can change. Props are the input, state is the memory. And again, I'll put all the deck, the cheat sheets, and all the games and stuff inside the resource tab. State with useState. So props give components data from the outside. State is data that lives inside a component and changes over time. When state changes, React re-renders the component. So like useState is the hook that gives function components state. So we're gonna break it down a little bit. So like useState 0 returns an array, 2 items. So like initializes with a value of 0, then returns an array with 2 items. Const with our count right here, instead of counter. That's array destructuring from session 10. Count is the current value, whereas set count is the function to update it. When you call set count new value, whatever it may be, I don't see it, but yeah. New value React, so updates the state value, re-renders the component, calls your function again. React updates the DOM to match the new output. Critical rules, never mutate state directly. Let the system do it. Remember immutability from session 10. This is exactly why it matters in React. Direct mutation equals no re-render, which equals UI out of sync. Here it is. That's why I couldn't find it. It was on that page. Third. But yeah, state with objects, that spread pattern again, everything we've covered in converging right there. Functional updates, when new state depends on old state, use functions forms. This matters in async context where the state might have updated between renders. Does useState click? Like the array destructuring piece. All right. I'll just put it to useEffect. So useEffect is how you run side effects in React. API calls, subscripts, timers, manually updating the DOM. Anything that reaches outside the component goes in useEffect. Almost like it's almost like writing, your your state, but a little different. So the dependency array, like user ID, controls when the effect runs. An empty array runs once after the first render, like component did mount. User ID runs after the first render, and whenever user ID changes. No array runs after every render, usually not what we want at all. The async fetch pattern from session 11, right inside useEffect, that they are always going to end up here together. There's definitely some, let's see, definitely some cleanup. If you're clean up if your effect starts something, you can return a function to clean it up. So those are just some of those things. Try cleaning it up that way. Conditional rendering and lists. So conditional rendering show different UI based on state or props. There's 3 different patterns. We have ternaries, short circuits, and an early return. So of course ternary, just use when you need to choose between one or the other. So this is kind of like writing an if statement. So if loading, so if it is, say spinner, then it will do this. Otherwise, do that. I really like using ternaries now. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys like to use these quite a bit or no? Yeah, and it's the same thing. It's just instead of writing an if, you can take like that that element or that component or whatever you want, and then say, is that, question mark, is it doing this? If not, I want it to do this. So it's kind of like true and false, almost. Like, hey, does it meet this requirement? Cool, do this. Otherwise, do that. Yeah, it is a little tricky just because it's like, wait, now you're starting to throw question marks and semicolons. What the fuck, man? I thought we were just typing random letters. But yeah, it can be a little tricky at the beginning, but it's definitely one of my favorites to use. Then we have lists and keys. So render an array of data with .map. The key prop is required when rendering a list. React uses it to track which items change, where added, which ones were added, which ones were removed. Pretty much without it, React can't efficiently update their lists, and you'll get a warning. So like some of the key rules would be like keys must be unique among siblings, or use a stable ID from your data, not the array index if you can help it, or index the key. Index as key is fine for static lists that never reorder. But in the long run, .map from session 10, destructuring from session 10, async from session 11, it's all starting to come together, even with, these React fundamentals. So, really love that you guys keep showing up to, to keep just putting all of this shit together to keep building on skills. So good real world build. So we'll try to tie everything together and build something real. Like a user leaderboard component that fetches data and then, re-renders it. So something like this. You guys still see that pretty well? I just know that sometimes these can start to just look like hyphens. Or the equal signs. But yeah, so every concept from tonight in one component, we have useState. For players, loading state and filter. We have useEffects. Where are they at? Right here, boom. useEffect with async fetch from session 11. Conditional re-rendering for loading state. Dot filter, dot sort from session 10, dot map with destructuring and key prop. Event handlers on buttons for updating state. This is real React. It's not a toy example. This is a shape of a component that you could sometime possibly write into production, if this is something that you wanted to do. So other than that, it's game time. Boom, everything that we did together. Yeah, game time. Alrighty. What is a React component? Of course, we have our 10 multiple choice questions on JSX, prop, state, useEffect, rendering. It's a good quick warm up, and then we do have the code JoJo. There's 14 of them, but we'll just do a couple of them, so it leaves some for you guys as well. But yeah. Anyone else? Oh yeah, that's my stack squad. Alrighty. What does this return? You're going to say D? Yeah, it's not D. You don't have to. useState doesn't need to be called inside of a useEffect. You can use that. Yeah. A. Throws. You need a class. Need class components for state. So we got A, B, and C as our answers. Let's throw down B. Oof. That'd be Dre with the dub. So renders a P displays a 0 because it is useState currently set to 0, which means the count is 0. So if we're destructuring and we want our count to display, it would then just display our 0. So React renders and updates the display. So what is wrong with this JSX? This Jix. Just. Yeah, that's an easy one, ain't it? So yeah, that needs to have that thingy. And that thingy. What is the difference between props and state? I swear to God, I need to fix this damn multiple choice thing. It is. Yep. So yeah, props are passed in from parent components or read only, where state can be changed. Oh. What happens when you call a state setter like set count? I am the one and only. What about my other people in here? Are we going with C? Boom. Yep, React updates the state value and schedules a re-render. Which dependency array makes useEffect run only once after the first render? Bum, 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 bum. Correct. An empty array makes useEffect run once after the initial re-render, like component did mount. Why do list items render ed with .map need key prop? List items rendered. React uses keys to track which items changed, added, and removed. What does this code do? That it do. Now, before y'all answer that, what does this mean? What is this? We covered this in past one of our past sessions. But what's it called? It's a type of operator. He's like, there's no damn question mark. It's called a spread operator. Yeah, think of it like the ... You're spreading it out. Alrighty, what does this do? So we have a user, and we want to set and a set user. We're going to use state. All right. So name is Mike with a streak of 9. We're going to set that user now. Previous. So we're going to take the previous and the streak. So no, I clicked the wrong one. Update streak to 10 and keeps name Mike. Immutable update. I clicked the wrong one. Yeah, I clicked the wrong one. But yeah, keeps the data because the spread is taking all of this data, and then this is changing the back component. So this is pulling all of this data right here. This is what you're doing. And then this is saying, hey, with that data, I want you to find this and replace it. So update streak to 10 and keeps name Mike. So it's immutable. For what? Yeah, it could almost be maybe like a filter, maybe like a filter or something, or sort. Yeah. So which of these correctly shows a component only when is logged in is true? There's your ternary. These are my ternary. Ooh. So here, let me see. Yeah, no, it doesn't do anything if I do that. So yeah, is logged in and dashboard. So the shortcut circuit pattern. So when is logged in is true, React evaluates and renders dashboard. When false, the expression short circuits to false and React renders nothing. So short circuiting right here is this exact one. So show or nothing. So use when you want to show something or nothing at all. So which one of these correctly shows a component only when is logged is true. So that does make sense now. So, right, that would be because we wanted to show the component only when it's true. So we want to either show it or show nothing at all. So the short circuit pattern. Well, the end operator would do that. Why can't you make the useEffect callback itself an async function? I mean, like that's just not one of the answers, but okay. Well, no, you still have to pick one. Haru says D. I think you said D because fetch reminds you of puppies and dogs. That's what fetch reminds me of. Playing fetch with my dog. Are you muted again, Zaya? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Why not? Alrighty. I don't know. I don't make these things. Oh wait, I do. Alrighty, guys. So let's get her done. And then, of course, remember you can just type your guesses into the chat as well. And let me know if you guys need a hint. So write a function called greeting. Function greeting. Check. Check. That takes a name. Prop. Prop. And returns the string. Hello, name. This simulates a component returning content. So I see something in here twice that says returns returning. So the first thing that we want to do is write return. Then when we have props and we want to use this, but we want to use this, and remember we're in React, so we're using data that can change, right? And it's inside these curly thingies. What do you think we should probably do next? Yeah, destructuring. And when we destructure, we want to write the inside, especially since we're writing using a string, right? What should we use? We don't want to use our standard. We want to do what's it called? Yes and no. Yeah.
Actual pal, so I don't know what pal I'm supposed to catch and bring to this dude because it literally
That's
had
funny.
the dollar sign, curly braces, pal. I was like, oh my god, template literal. So yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
Who
Then
coded that?
now we'll
Just
pick
behind
I
that.
know,
that dollar
right?
sign.
It's a great game though.
I still need to
Yeah, I
play
heard
it.
about it. I played the
Like,
beginning, and the like
Dude,
when it
get
was
it and
in
play with
beta, I
Dylan
think.
and I. We've already like maxed out everything.
So you see how I got here though, right?
Is it? Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
So because it wants the string to say hello, So, hello. And then the name, which would be structured as a template literal. Do. And then the exclamation point thingy. And then, of course, to finish off the return. Semicolon. But these are the backticks, remember?
Oh yeah, it is backticks, huh? It's not quotes.
Backticks, yeah. These aren't quotes. These aren't single tick quotes. These
Yeah.
are backticks.
Right.
With template literals, you have to use backticks. I
Oh,
always
shit.
like
Oh,
forget
shit.
where that
We're so
key
great,
is.
squad. Look at us go. Oh. Yes. Alrighty. What about this one?
I have a function called badge that takes a label prompt, default member, and a color prompt, default zone, and option. Okay.
Return? I don't know.
Label.
This one's easier than you think.
I hope so. These default things are kind of throwing me off.
So so before we get to default, right? Don't think about default if that's throwing you off. How would you start this?
I would
Return.
start. Oh dang, yeah, I was gonna say return. I didn't even see the function badge. I was typing out the function badge and then label. I didn't even look at the thing yet. Okay, hold on. All right. Prompt.
So is the label the actual word member, or is label like just like a
Return an object, so you're gonna return the label. Wouldn't I just put like return? Wouldn't I just put return like would it be- wait, would it be the template literal thing again? You put the dollar sign, backticks, and then label color afterwards?
No. So the
No.
reason we did a template literal is because we were using writing a string. But in this case, we're not needing to write a string. We're just needing to state
Full data.
two pieces of data. And
Isn't
so
it for
before
addressing
we even
key
said the
value
default,
pairs?
yeah, it would almost like a key value pair. Yes.
Okay.
So like because we need a label
Comma.
and we need a color, right?
Yeah.
Now, this alone says that, and here this will be it'll pass two of the three checks. All right, or I guess one. All right. Oh yes, that makes sense. Why? Yes. So pass three because this is saying that the label is dev and the color is green. It failed check 2 because it then took our label and produced admin. It did, but we didn't get cyan because we didn't describe the color on this one. So now all that's missing is to set our defaults. But right here, this is all we needed to produce those. We just had to take our
Just destructuring.
yep and just put it back down here. And then so now to create defaults, member. So now we're saying that label equals member, and this one equals cyan, right? So now if these equal that, if we return this and this is blank, it will return our defaults, because this, what we're putting inside of here when we're making these calls, these things are trying to change the values, right? So it did change the values because we didn't have defaults before, so defaults was nothing. So that's why 2 was wrong, because, you know, we didn't do anything. We did say, hey, we want label to be this, so it implemented it. But now our labels have default values, so now pass.
Oh wow.
So how
Okay.
do you know that?
Cool.
For example, for the return in the previous question, you knew that you had to type that information in the return bracket. But here, how did you make the critical thinking of you have to put in that information in the function badge? Is it based off of the question, or how does one figure that out? Or is that just something you automatically start learning this?
So I was taking the props that were already here, and they said that they want default values. So if they are currently in there and they don't equal anything, that means they're nothing. So
Okay.
let's make them equal something, and we want that to be member. Same as color, that was cyan. So we just chose those 2. And then it says we want to return an object, and that object, they gave us the answer right here.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's,
okay, I see it.
Yeah, sorry, I just don't have the space right there. But yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
So if we return an object, boom, and then we changed these so that they had values, because before there's nothing specifying their values.
Okay.
Hi, baby. I don't know. Like I'm feeling super like sick. Like I feel like super hot, but then like I have the fan on me, which was like making me start to shiver. So then I'm having like cold sweats.
Okay.
Alright, a function called user list that takes a users array, each with ID and name. Okay. Each with an ID and name. And then return an array of strings in the format ID name. 1 name, 2 name. Simulating list items with keys. So we're going to start with
return.
Now, if we're going through, if we need to go through, say, a list of items,
oh, that's the 3 dots, ain't it? The spread. Use
not in this situation, because that one here we're manually inputting information. We're not trying to have anything change necessarily.
Oh.
We're changing its format, not the data. So we want to say, you know, we want to go through each one of them, right? And we would do that by, of course, bringing first down our users, right? And
Would we iterate?
Map, not iterate.
Oh, yes.
Map would be your iterate, but yeah. And then of course you have your function, which let's just say u. Then what? Think about problem 1. This may or may not be where you were thinking about.
The template,
yes.
Template literal, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so you go.
And because this template
Oh, because of the
literal
name.
needs to be a string, we are going to start with a
Would
Oh,
it
the
be like
backtick
users dot name?
and then the
a template
money
literal,
sign,
Dollar
yeah,
right?
sign, curly braces.
into the
Should be the
name.
U for user, right? And then ID, because the U is this. So we're mapping through the users.
Oh,
Okay. And we want the ID, right?
mhm.
And then what? We're just following this, right?
Oh, would it just be the same thing, but like u dot name?
Yes. Yes.
Hmm. So you really only want to use the temperate literal when you want to print a string that can be changed, like if you want it to print out name and they put like Mike or like I don't know, like Barbara or something like
No,
that.
what you're doing it when you want to pull certain data. You want data to change. So
Okay.
here we weren't having data necessarily change. Or
Mhm.
we were, but we were just updating it. We were straight up specifying like, hey, we want label to just now say admin member, right?
Okay.
Here we're saying, hey, we want this format to be changed to this format.
Hmm.
And it deals
Hmm.
with an object, right? Or am I off there? The users would be an object, kind of, I think.
Well, I mean, I'd have to say no, because I mean, this one's arrays and this one's objects, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Like, you know, that these ones were producing a string. This one we're
The array
we're
itself.
producing in this one we're producing in a string of arrays. A string of arrays.
An empty,
Oh, okay.
a little nugget of advice, or just a little nugget.
This one's just
And actually, an empty array is an object in JavaScript.
Yes.
So you're when you're talking about everything is objects. So yeah, you're pulling objects. Just to answer your question, yes.
Yeah, I've just gotten so used to like if I see like several things within curly braces, I'm like, that's an object. Like that's just what my mind thinks at first.
Yeah.
Okay. Segmenting looking prompt back at the
You've done upgraded this quite a bit. I'm proud of you, Mike.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So this is where your favorite.
yeah, this one look familiar here. Okay.
Ternary.
Yeah.
Because if is logged in is true, it's supposed to print welcome back, and then the colon is
Or
the else.
Yes, sir. Oh, dang.
please try again. Or please, I would say please try again, but you do you, boo.
hey, you know, I don't make these things. I just show up
Yes,
to these
you
fucking
do.
events. I just show up to these events. I don't know what you're talking about. It's
So,
not.
Hey,
I don't even click these next buttons. I don't know this
let's
guy
go
who's
back.
typing. He's an asshole.
Let's go back before.
It would be so funny if somewhere on the page it said made by Mike Borges. That'd be so funny.
Hey, it's Borges.
So,
like
do we
Borges.
understand what
Get
that line is
right.
saying right there?
Come again. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I can
return
explain.
is-
Yeah. So what this is saying here is it's saying that we're taking is logged, right? Is logged in. And we wanted to say, okay, well, if it equals true, we want it to produce welcome back. So this right here says, well, if is logged in, if it is true, produce
That's what the
welcome
question
back.
mark is.
And that's what the question mark means. Like, is that true? And then the semicolon is like,
Colon means else.
well, if not, fuck off. It means this.
Or if not, yeah.
But
This
yeah,
is your.
or
This
else.
is just a simple.
But
This
yeah.
is just your simple if else statement, but in one line.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
if true, welcome back. Else, the same thing. If you end up typing if to the else, it's just another way of doing it. He just did it in one line. I
It's
just
interesting.
wanted
I
to
used
explain
to
it.
not like ternary
Yeah.
operators, and now I favor them.
Oh, they're great. It's
Yeah.
so much simpler.
I would say the way he's doing it is the way I like. It makes sense from my head. It's just the syntax. I got to get used to the syntax because it'd be throwing me off, and I don't know why.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah, same thing, but it's cheater.
How am I a cheater?
Copy paste cheater. Type it out.
Copy paste.
It's
Yeah.
good. Good job though. Yeah, that's all I was trying to say. I just wanted to make sure that everybody realized that.
Yeah, no, that's a great point out. So yeah, so instead of writing this, so much easier to just write that other return.
Yeah, yeah, it's so much simpler. Like it's like the best thing since peanut butter jelly sandwiches. You know what I mean?
I might have a couple of things in between that list, but okay. No, it's the little things in life. I'll give you that, Red.
You can't go wrong with a peanut butter jelly sandwich. When you were younger, it made you happy. When you're older, it makes you happy. It all around makes you happy.
I don't like jelly, but that's
Unless
just
you're like-
me.
Do you like peanut butter?
Yes.
Just like peanut butter.
Well, peanut butter sandwich is okay.
My cousin makes grilled peanut butter sandwich, like instead of grilled cheese, grilled peanut butter.
That's interesting. I haven't tried that. I'll
It
try
sounds
it one day.
weird, but it actually was all right.
I'm gonna pull a line from Austin Powers here. It's a bit nutty. All right, I'm done.
And returns count. I hate these.
Instead of
You
peanut
know,
butter and jelly, I like to add honey on it. You like taste.
honey's
Oh,
good
yeah,
too.
honey is good.
Yeah. And like when you add it with that toasted bread, like instead of the
Toasted bread.
grilled sandwich, it tastes good. Recommend it.
I like it with toasted bread too. I agree. That's a good one.
Sorry, I made everybody hungry. My bad.
Good night tonight. It's okay. I might actually literally go downstairs. I have cherry jam instead of grape jam, so I might do that.
Oh look, it is peanut butter jelly time. All right, I'm done. I got.
Infrared. What I have in my fridge.
Okay.
I feel stupid because of the heat, so I'm just gonna listen to what you guys are doing. Oh my gosh, I just had felt like a heat wave just hit me right now.
Wait, it would just be +1 instead of the like.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
it's one of these. Okay.
Mm,
Return.
It's not like
Yeah,
the ++I or
Oh,
whatever.
that is a loop. What he is doing as a counter, and he's doing it through React. So what he's doing is he's I'm sorry. I was gonna let him do it,
No,
to
explain
explain,
it.
but
Explain it. No, it's
No,
about
go
time.
for
It's
it,
about
Red.
time. It's about time you showed up and helped me with these things.
So
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
what he said.
when he's pulling data which it's pulling the information 0. So when it pulls the information 0, it comes down and you see where it says use counter 0. Well, when he returns it, it's going to come back and reset it with the set counter with a count +1, which ends up re-rendering it to replace it from 0 to 1, and vice versa. If he does it again, it will replace it from 1 to 2. That's how a counter is set.
Okay.
Does that make sense, or did I talk too fast?
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense actually when you put it like that.
I love your accent, by the way.
Thank you.
I second that. I second that too.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, you missed that. Yeah,
yeah.
didn't notice that. It's all good. We all make mistakes. Let's see what you got.
I know what it's.
Yeah. Ooh, what you got going on
I'm
here?
getting closer. And this is coding in real time. So yeah, so all right, so we got count back, we have set count, perfect, we have our useState set at 0.
useState.
Awesome. I'm returning my count
Turning.
and then my and then I want to count and increment. Yes, we're increment. Yes, is calling
Calls
a setter,
the set character
set count, which is the setter.
+1.
Did I spell them both correctly? Yes. And then count +1. It is the same thing.
Maybe there's a space.
I'm looking to see what you got. There was something. There's literally nothing different.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything actually change besides like the spacing.
Maybe the
Yeah.
spacing was wrong.
Well, you know what? We're here. You know, okay.
Maybe it's sensitive.
Got 1 expected 2.
No, that's supposed to work. Honestly, that is. So
Okay, well, yeah, because I'm literally even copying my solution. And it's saying that that's just gonna be a program error on my end. But yes, this is the solution. Yes.
it's right. I can tell you it is, because I mean that's a typical counter right there. So it's whatever.
All right, toggle state.
Mm.
A function called useToggle that initializes and is on state. Initializes to false and returns blah 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 blah. Where toggle flips the boolean.
Ooh, the Boolean.
Not Boolean.
Wait, oh my god, you pronounce it like I do.
What?
Boolean.
Oh, the boolean.
Boolean.
Well, yeah, cause like,
The Boolean.
like when I like, cause when I first started like looking at code stuff, it was like online only, so like I didn't hear things pronounced, and because I'm goth, my brain goes right to like a ghost, so I was like, boo-lean. And I said that, and then Dylan was like, I think it's Boolean. I was like, no, it's Boolean now, okay?
Boolean.
I like ghosts.
I'm just gonna tell you, I'm just a retarded redneck, so it's okay.
What am I going to write inside these parentheses?
Words.
Yeah,
Hmm.
what words, people?
Need to put curly braces in there first.
I don't know. Do I? This is a use state.
Y-
Do we put curly
function.
brackets inside of use state?
No, we wouldn't use destructuring here.
Oh,
It would just be a
Turtle function.
value.
because we are initializing an is on state. So if we're doing state, we do is on, which means set is on, use state, and what are we going to put inside of it?
False.
False.
Else. Now what?
Now you flip it over to true. With a toggle.
Would you do the ternary thing?
We could do a ternary. We could. So we're going to get our function going because this is how we start our little function with our little semicolon and then our boom da da boom. Right.
Arrow.
Bam, bam, bam.
So we want to where the toggle flips the boolean.
Boolean.
So is
Boolean.
on because we need set is on to change, right? Right. So we have the previous.
Oh, this is a little different than what I thought.
Just a tad.
What's that exclamation point mean? Is that what it tells you?
So like
not.
if it would say not, so like previous, not previous.
Good.
So is on. Toggle, where toggle, so toggle flips the boolean. So that means we need to start writing a function. So function time. So function time means we start our setup.
You messed up it.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make Squidward.
Yeah, you mess up the code.
There we go. Squidward with long chin. So that means we want to start out making a little function. This is our alien structured words to make function inside thingy thing. I'm gonna get you guys to remember these little things just by using these whack ass words. It's gonna
Wait,
happen.
are you saying it looks like an alien
No,
because it's an emoticon?
well, no, I'm saying this is Squidward with a really long chin, but like this, it's our alien writing, because we're not actually using letters. So to start your little function.
Can I say it's a little Goku that threw a spirit bomb and has a Kamehameha wave in front of it?
That's a very detailed picture for that.
Yeah. State that.
Wait. Can you go back? I don't mean like real quick. So when you do set is on and you have the quotation, so preview is not like wait, can you just like give me the rundown of like the what's in quotations? Because everything makes sense until that.
Until what? Till this?
The preview part. So like I know you
Previous.
set the function. Yeah, that part.
He's
So is
asking if
it
you can like say it
So
phonetically instead of just syntax wise.
This is saying.
Yeah.
So we're taking set is on, right?
Mhm.
So set is on will change the value of is on. So
Oh wow. Okay. I get
if
it now.
is on is
I see.
false and we want to toggle it, the toggle is going to change is on. And by doing so, we have to say, hey, toggle, make function. And that function, we want you to change it. So we're going to set is on. And we're going to say the previous value function, not the previous value. So pretty much
I
just
see.
change it. Like,
Let
hey,
me
take this and make it this,
let me
which is
quiz him.
not this. So if it's a Boolean value, which would be false, that will now
Mhm.
make that true.
It'd make that one.
And
Yeah.
then so is on becomes true because you're
So
talking.
let me
Okay.
ask you a few questions, Dre. See if you
Mhm.
really understand it.
Yeah. Go for it. I'm ready.
What is on and set is on? What is its value?
Is on and set is on?
Yeah, what is its value?
Is on. Isn't that the is on its value? I know that's the use state. Isn't that like is on like the true and the set and on is on like the switch, like if it's either true or false?
Well, let's break it down. So you got a const right there, right?
Mhm.
Is on and set is on. You're equaling it to a use state, and in this use state is going to have the value of false, which sets those data points to a false. When you
Oh, my
return it,
bad.
they're already in a false state, which I don't want to confuse you too much. But whenever he does is set on and he's saying the previous value there is false.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I
So
forgot about that because of the
whenever
use
he's
state.
saying, hey, whenever he does a arrow function, he's putting it to not the opposite of the previous value, which would be true.
Okay. That makes sense to me now. Thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Run function call. Use input. State.
Just trying to slow down and help break it down a little bit better.
I love it. So write a function called
You
use
state it, Red.
input that initializes a value state. So we're using state again. So where are we going to start here?
Oh, the use state.
Const. And so with the use state, are we using curly brackets or square brackets?
It's gonna be the square brackets.
Alrighty, and we want that to be value and set value, right? Because it's
Yeah.
always going to be whatever that is with just set in front of it. And then we want that to equal the use state, and that use state is going to be what?
Set it state to an empty string. Would it just be empty?
Perfect.
Because
Cool.
remember, to do a string, you have to give it those either single quotes or double quotes. Which in this case, I prefer double quotes because I think
I'm a double.
I
I'm
think
a
single
double.
quotes look too similar to backticks.
To
I
the
mean,
back.
obviously they
Yeah.
are
Ding, ding.
different,
Yes,
but it's
I
too
agree.
fucking similar in my opinion. So I'm a big
Yeah,
double
I
tick guy.
agree.
But I know a lot of people disagree with me, but that's how I feel, and says my
I agree.
fans. So. And then returns value on change. Okay, so let's get that out of here. We know we need this. Where on change takes a new string and sets it as the value. So probably going to be making another little long-legged Squidward again.
Anybody want to attempt it?
The second part confuses me.
Okay.
Return value when on change takes a new string.
Is this just going to be another empty string is what that looks like? Because I don't see where it's going to end up having another value. Oh, it's down there. Okay. It's in the example.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay.
So the
Put all
new
your
value
returns.
is going to be in hello.
Return. How would you change that?
What do you think, Zaya?
I think I am really tired.
Mhm.
Mm, we have the empty
So
string, and
let's say, for
then we want to
instance, right,
return.
we need to set it as the value. So what is inside of our use state line that sets our value?
That sets our value. Isn't it set value?
It is.
Ding, ding, ding.
And so now right here, our equation, our function, our return statement, whatever we want to call this right now, it's almost done. However, something now needs to occur to set that value, right?
Mhm.
So in order to introduce a new, identity prop, whatever you want to call her, prop, I guess I should say, like say new value or new val, right?
Mhm.
This is a new value that we want to add for, the on change. And so that just means that we now need to put that inside of our set value, because now this new value will update our set value, which in turn will update our state and give us the new value.
Mhm.
Ding, 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 ding. Any
Uh,
question?
That seems pretty straightforward.
They're what he's teaching you right now is actually a lot of React. I'm going to be honest.
It's just a lot of fundamental. A lot of it is very straight. It's very similar because I want you to see the pattern. If you notice, a lot of
So
these we're starting with, we're setting a state of some kind, and then we want to do something with the values. Typically, our second value is going to be a function that we want to do something with.
so basically whatever you put in the beginning, like parentheses, when you put set new value, you're just gonna copy it over. It's gonna be the like you're telling it to set like whatever I have in parentheses, set value, I want you to be this now. That's pretty much what you're doing.
It's so instead of, like, you wouldn't go like, for layman's purposes, right? We would want, we'd want the second one over the first one. First one's more of like a bank, whereas the second one is allowing us to now say, hey, we want to take a value and we want to equal it to 1. And now we can take that bank and we're changing. So we're not even adding 1 at this point. So like the value here could even be, say, 100,000, right? But if we want to set value to 1, we could do so. Now, if we want to increment, we're probably going to do something different where we have like a map, or we're sorting, we're doing something to pull that value and then doing something to it. But right now, what we're doing is we're just using value kind of like a bank. And so right now that bank is an empty string. And on change, we just want to take a value, some new value, and we want to change it. Say, like hello or Mike, And now this will just get straight imported into here, or KME, whatever the fuck that is.
Like,
You know, you see what I'm saying though? It transfers.
yeah.
So that's kind of
It,
the
Okay.
purpose of it. It's your bank.
it just
In layman's
changes
terms.
basically. It just changes basically anything. Any word that's going to go right there is going to change it to that value.
Okay, that
Basically,
makes
what it
sense. Gotcha.
not trying to confuse you. That's it's all
No,
dealing
no.
with data. It's just learning how to manipulate the data. That's all you're trying to do.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. I just asked a question so I can understand it in my head
Did
and
you
then
understand it?
cleared it out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
I cleared it up with the bank, kind of just transferring it over.
it was a pretty good analogy. I will say that.
Kind of function. Update score.
Write a function called update score.
Not mutating original.
Would this be something where you would use user.name and user.score?
Yes.
Would it still need to
Well,
be in a template literal?
Without
yeah.
mutating the original.
No, but yes. I mean, you could, but that would be the longer way to do it.
Hmm.
This is there's a type of operator that I was having you guys try to think about or guess the name of earlier that we might
Or the spread.
use here. Yeah.
Is this use memo?
No.
Hmm.
Okay.
So why
Okay.
would spread users?
Is this like
So
the previous one of the questions where it had data before and then it just updated? Or is that different?
users dot.
So
So what makes
remember earlier with the spread operator, it was taking that array and we're replacing a single, we were just replacing something. So we're taking that object, right? And so that object, we use the spread operator. Stay there. Take the spread operator, and then we're saying, hey, we want the score to now be this new score. So now whenever they run update score with hey, this is what they had, this is the new score, and now returns the new score. Does that make sense? So this spread operator is taking this data, and that's all it's doing, is it's pulling all of that data right there. And it's putting it right there. And then it takes this, which is the new score, and says, hey, we want score to now be this, which is this. That track?
Okay, that kind of makes sense because you want to use the previous array and then you only want to change one thing in it so that you just call for that array
Yeah.
and then you then target the part you want to change. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Without, because we aren't mutating the original.
Okay, and that's why you didn't use it in the other ones because okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So add to a list. So write a function called add to list that takes an existing items array, items, and a new item string. New item. So kind of look like this. Return a new array with the item added at the end without mutating it.
Hmm.
So we want to return
Understand.
what? A new array.
Misspelled return.
You missed an R.
Return.
All right, what's next? I know you guys got this.
All right, well, I'm back. Alright, a function add that takes existing items. New items. Is this the thing we just did? Turn new array with items without mutating. Oh yeah. Items. Wait, without mutating. Oh, that's
Yeah.
it? Oh wait,
That was a lot simpler than I was expecting.
a new item string.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that whole thing right yet. I am going to look at that.
So the difference here, right? This one is just adding to the list. So it's just right here at the end. And we're taking an
Hmm.
array.
Is this kind of
and
like
we're
a
just adding
push
it.
and pop? Because
Kinda.
that's
Oh
what
wow.
I would use.
And then this one is just saying we want to change a value. So like
So whenever you want to,
so
oh
like
my
say
bad.
we did
Where's not defined?
yes. It will give us that. See how it just adds new score 91 right to the end?
It just
Hmm.
threw all the yeah. It just threw it out there.
So now we're changing.
Fascinating. I'm gonna study up
Okay.
on that. That's interesting.
Hmm.
So now it's just throwing it just adds it to the end. Alrighty, remove from list. Without the matching item. Bum bum bum.
So can we just do the same thing? And
Okay.
instead of that, do a previous?
Okay. Verify call. That takes on an array. Returns an array. Match. Oh, okay. Yeah, it would be the dot dot dot. What would you name that? Items.
You gotta ID the item, but I would think that if you wanted to remove it,
Oh, you do the pop thing, like pop.
that's what I was thinking, pop. But push and pop is what I'm thinking on this. So this is new for me. I don't really know 100% on this.
Hmm.
Adding and removing items from array.
So we're gonna filter
filter.
through these items.
Hmm.
And when we filter through them, so now since we're filtering through them, we want to take our item, right? And we want to start our Squidward. Hey Squidward. Hey Squidward. And get our ID, right? Which is not equal to ID. Now, can you tell me why and where that is coming from?
Wait, where the ID is coming from?
What, yes, please tell me, tell me what's happening here.
Well, it looks like you're filtering out the items in the array that don't have an ID. So
So let's first start here, right? So right here, what this is saying is this is our items. and this is the ID itself. So since the ID is removed from list, we want to remove item 1. That's why it's returning ID name Alex. It's only returning the second one. So what we're doing here is we're taking items, the item array or object, an array of objects. We're filtering through them, looking at them, and then we're saying that item, its ID, if it doesn't equal that ID. So it's saying that we want to find the one that doesn't equal that number and then to return it.
So it's only going to return the ID that it's looking for.
No.
That's what a filter does. A filter just looks for certain.
But it's not. It's filtering the one that's not the number though. In this case.
Okay. And then ID is one. ID is like the whole one name, Mike. Two name.
Oh yeah,
Alex.
because
That's the whole thing.
you have it not looking for the ID. So yeah. You had it at absolute.
Yeah,
absolute.
Yeah.
Kind of true. You want it kind of true, not absolute true.
Kind of true, kind of. All right, write a function called active list that takes a user's array, okay, and a show all boolean. Users show all boolean. If show all is true, return all users. If false, return only users where active is true. What do y'all think? So, show all is true. If show all is true, return all users. So, right? We wanna return all the users.
Oh, then
if
true.
false, return only users where active is true. So I would say we would take those users and we need to filter through them again, right? And what do we want to do inside of this filter? That user needs to be active. So takes a user array and a show all boolean. Boom, boom. Okay, we know that this is a boolean because we make it a boolean. And we're making it a boolean by boom, right here, this ternary operator. So if show all is true, so remember our ternary, if true, return all the users. So users, right? Otherwise, if it's false, return only users where active is true. So take those users, filter through them, and look for the active ones. Easy peasy. I know you're starting to pick it up. What do we got here? This one's saying sort by scoring descending, return name. That might be a hint.
Those are called vortex layers. Each with name and score return sorted. I notice that sort function we return.
Takes a player's array. That's this.
Oh.
Each with name and score. Cool. So
would we need to do like a less than or equal to, greater than or equal to get it to print in the right order?
No.
No, okay.
So
to clear that up, you're thinking of JavaScript.
Thank you.
And before we start this one, that's why I was also saying we want to possibly use some sort of method. Hint, hint, hint.
I think sort is a method. I just don't know the syntax to put it together.
It is a method.
Sort is a method.
Yeah.
That's the
What-
return a new
Is it-
array of player names sorted by score, highest first. So we want to return a new array. What would that array look like? How do we make an array?
Oh, is that the template literal?
Nope, square.
Make that crap.
And now it's so that would be our array. Now that array needs to fill up with something. It's an array of player names. And how were we previously getting these player names or you know, these leaderboard scores from the array? Zaya?
Using the array index
It was
starting at 0.
It was an operator.
It's an operator.
That's your hint.
Not the the dot.
Yep. The spread operator.
Oh, the spread operator.
So-
I don't know why, but my brain was trying to think of a different one.
No worries. So even though this is
I-
saying a new array of player names, don't let that take a fancy to you. That new array just means it's just a new order, like new world order, like some Star Wars shit, right? We're taking the players' names, that they are giving us. So we want to
Just
pull that
organize them in
spread.
it.
Yeah, and we're just organizing. So we're using the spread operator to pull all that data right here. Now we got to do some shit to it. We have to take that array and we now need to sort by scores. So
That's hard. Oh.
Would it be the Squidward? Oh no! Oh,
Squidward.
dot sort.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Hey, Squidward. Not yet. So we want to sort something, right? So let's say
I'm gonna sort
we
the
want
score.
Yep. So the score, yes. So we want to take. We're going to be checking values against one another, right? So we need two different variables because we need to check them against. Oop, my key just popped off. I pushed a little too hard. Oop, you're fixed. Alrighty.
The whole
I don't know my own strength anymore.
the question is, what key was it?
The right arrow.
Well,
yeah, don't even need it.
well,
So we
you
have
better
these
get
two
right.
variables, and we want to check them against something, right? Each other.
And we literally use key pullers to pull that thing out. How did you pull it out by yourself?
With just a single finger stroke, you know. I'm just that good. Now,
He's got the magic.
when we're comparing, say, A and B, right? So say like, you know, this one's A, and let's call this one B. If we're comparing them, which is going to take B's score and A's score and subtract it, right? And like they're gonna compare. We need to also do this with you know, we need to make sure that we go through the whole list. So we need to not filter it, but
Order it.
Yes, but there's a different method that I've been talking about and we've been using quite a bit. One that you should get quite familiar with. When you need to go through something.
Oh, map.
What is that?
There
A
Oh,
it
map?
map.
is. There it
Yeah,
is.
mapping.
Because you gotta
Alrighty.
iterate.
Yeah.
And
I
now,
haven't even been around, and I just know what a map is.
so now, hey Squidward.
Hmm.
Yeah, there you go, you little booger. And now we want to make sure we're checking, going through all of the names. So the person's name. So we're taking this list of players and we're sorting through them by score first and then by name. So we'll check, boom, boom, and then we'll change, boom, boom, and then so on.
Whenever you sort, you're probably gonna need a map.
Yeah.
Just FYI. Whenever you use
Sorting
the
and
sort,
mapping, they go together like peanut
they're
butter
hand
and
in
jelly.
hand. Hey, as a matter of
Like
fact,
right on right.
speaking of hand, this is what I need to remove my hand. You get what I'm saying? I'm just
yeah.
keep going.
What's it say? It goes together like tuna fish and lamb chop. It's like what are you talking about? No. What was that from? Fuck Big Daddy or whatever.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Write a function called useCounterFull that initializes count at 0 and returns count, increment, decrement, and reset. I'm giving you guys a bit more on this one. Increment
this one's
adds 1, decrement subtracts 1, reset counts back to 0.
Jeez.
So let's take this.
There's
I
a
think
lot
we
on
just
that
went through a lesson that had a similar task.
So we did. This one's going to be it's very easy. It's just adding a couple more props. All right. So first it said initialize count, right? So let's initialize our count. And how we're going to
So
start
const count. Set count, yeah. useState.
useState 0. Yeah.
Trying to make a face?
I am. I did. It's beautiful. It's a one-eyed purple people eater.
It's a Cyclops.
Yeah, the one-eyed purple people eater.
You mean it's what is it? Whatever. Yeah. Monster
Mike
Zine.
Wazowski.
Yeah.
Okay. So returns count, increment. So increment adds 1. So increment is going to, what are we going to do here? Hey, Squidward. Right?
Oh, and then count plus 1?
That
Or is
count,
that count?
parentheses, and then you're gonna end up doing count 1 plus 1. Then you're gonna probably do that same thing for decrement, except you're changing the count to -1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then reset, you're doing it to 0.
Guys, I gotta leave. You guys have a good one.
You have a great one,
Alright,
brother.
let's see what we
easy.
did.
Have a good night, Masood.
What are we doing wrong?
We're just missing a closing parenthesis.
Oh, you didn't have a minus there. Or you got an extra 1 there, too.
Oh,
One expected 2.
Was the count supposed to be 0? Yeah.
hmm.
The reset sets the count back to 0.
That's weird.
So,
It would just be +2 with the versa. I don't think I can think of.
No, I think this is probably just like a user error type thing. Or system error type thing. I mean, the only other way that we could, because the only other way that we could write it in here that would maybe change it is C, and then for count, and then C plus 1. That's the same exact thing. Okay.
What?
And then
That's weird.
stupid. Okay, that's the same thing, but alright.
it's this, yeah, it's the same thing, but maybe just syntactically, it's
It's probably just one of those environment issues.
yeah. But they were both, yeah. So like, yeah, that's how you do it, though.
Sorry,
I've been
I
having
jumped
environment
ahead.
issues today.
Yeah, I want to see if like maybe they'll like will the solution let me finally get past this one so it just goes green. No.
Well, just change it just like how you did the other one, and I bet it would go through
Oh yeah.
right there.
No, thank you. Ah,
Yeah.
yes, you're right. You're
It's
right.
a syntax error.
That's so weird.
It's just the environment won't let you go through it.
Yeah, that was real cheesy. Alrighty, last one, guys. Alright, write a function called profile card that takes name, role, streak, and active props. So profile card 1, 2, 3, 4. All being destructured inside the props. Okay, perfect. Now return an object. Okay, so we're returning and objects go inside of curly brackets.
Y'all got this. Y'all do it. Let's do it.
Boom. We want to return that.
What does that return? Name, role, street, day, street.
I was going to die laughing
I
if
know.
that was actually it.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna laugh.
Wait. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright.
Day, street, active.
So we want to return an object with... Oh, that's why. Oh, no. Yeah, that was it. Yep. Okay. Yep. You know what to do here. This isn't supposed to look like that. That's supposed to look like...
The template.
Template literal.
Yeah.
Don't forget the backticks.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling that out as well. And then that changes to that. That changes to that.
Oh, it was that. It's just they completely got it wrong. Oh well. That crazy.
did
gave you
it.
basically an answer. I wish
well,
I wish that every
Mhm.
interview was like that. Hey, here's the answer. You just gotta change it.
yeah. So did you
That's
guys
crazy.
saw what was happening there though, right?
Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I was overthinking
So
it. I didn't think you could just
yeah,
put it in
we'll
there.
redo it real fast. Return. So from here, so copy, paste. So it's that object, and we're only changing template literals where we actually have props that we're using. We're not trying to describe active here necessarily as a prop. I mean, we are, but not in the same sense that we are with these. We're straight up just saying, hey, this shit's active, or this shit is inactive. We're
Hmm.
mostly pulling the name, the role, and the streak itself. So when we look at where we're using template literals, okay, boom, boom, boom. So like right there. So if we didn't change this to backticks, it would be wrong because the template literal is inside of this one. And it's the same reason for these two. So nothing else needs to be changed. Because we're saying the status, if it's active, then if true, set to active, otherwise false,
Not
set to
true.
inactive.
Inactive.
So we're saying in the heading, the name will then pull Mike. It'll pull the role admin. So all that is a dash. We're not subtracting anything. It's just a dash. Because it was a string, but since we're using template literals, we have to use the backticks. So it's literally, it's that string. But boom. React knows what's going on, so they know to keep those. And then badge. If the streak is greater than 0, do this. Otherwise, no streak. So 10-day streak. And then the status, active, so active.
Hmm.
Perfect.
Makes sense.
Ta-da.
Any questions?
No, you explained it pretty well.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Hell yeah. Let me go back up to this one thing. Finish out the thingy thing. Finish out the video, and I can hit it end.
Can I just say, that you guys are really amazing because it feels like you guys are writing out calculus equations for the system to like have an output for an answer. So like reverse math, I feel like this is like really cool.
Yeah, I
Honestly.
want to try to, as much as we learn from all of our studies and things like that, I think the one place that we fall short is, actively learning how to actually do this stuff and seeing it and
Mhm.
understanding how you're pulling this information and where you're getting it from. And it's, I think every beginning coder's like biggest struggle. And, even, Dre said, he's finished the program and he's in the same boat as me. It's,
Mhm.
well, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. It still feels like you're almost a beginner, even though you've graduated from a
Yeah.
1-year program, because they speed through this stuff. And that's the
Mhm.
gap that I'm trying to bridge. So that's why I'm making these games. And I really appreciate you guys showing up and, really keeping this alive. And, I love doing this stuff. And, if there's anything else you guys want to see, any other types of games or anything like that, or any kind of projects you might want to start doing, just let me know and I'll get her going. So
Yeah, I
I really like
appreciate it.
Haru's take right there, because especially her being UX UI, but like seeing us go through syntax stuff, that's super cool. That you had said it's kind of like reverse calculus.
It's like
Like instead of doing the math, we're like setting up the computer to do so. I like that. That's interesting.
It's
Or-
like you don't do the you want the output that you want, but you have to tell the computer like the equation for it to get to there. I feel like
Yep.
it's really
Well, and
that's
I
so
even
Yeah,
love
that's
that,
super
like,
cool.
now you get to see, like, the in-depth, like, part of what we do instead of just like, well, I told you what I wanted, so why aren't you doing it yet? Like, now you
Yeah.
can see, like, oh, I understand why it might be taking them a second to figure that out.
Right. No, I know it's complicated, but I think like the different like ways of thinking and like problem solving. I feel like because I don't have that many. I have more people that are developers in my circle right now than there are UI UX designers. But I feel like I'm also learning. I'm like processing my UI UX training from Triple 10 with you guys. It's kind of weird. I don't know why, but I feel like every like tech job is connected somehow because you can't have a product without the other person, even if there is AI. So I
Yeah.
really appreciate this a lot, and for you guys letting me linger and watch you guys, I appreciate it.
No,
You
thank
want to
you for
know what
showing up and giving me a community to work with. Thank you, thank you.
you want to know what my mentor says about UX UI designers?
What?
It's always beneficial for you to learn a little bit of coding so
Yeah.
that it can make you better in your design. Vice versa,
Mhm.
we need to learn a little bit of UX UI designing to make it a little bit better for us to direct you if you need it. Which
Yeah.
most likely we're probably not gonna have to, but it helps.
I
Everybody's all connected.
I didn't when I first started. They told me I didn't need to learn, but now I'm seeing that I do. So um, I use that Cody with 2ds.com website. I'm trying to learn at least like the basic stuff right now.
You mean like MDN?
No, like it's a website called Cody.com that shows you what are like you can learn any coding languages for free for
Okay.
certain like
Oh,
so like
okay. Yeah, before I
I think I've
started
heard of
my
that.
program, I wanted to like dip my toes into coding a little bit before, I signed up for tuition payments. So I had learned a little bit of Python from an online free resource, and after doing that, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready.
I don't know nothing
yeah,
about coding.
send me your
But
guys'
I'm
info.
gonna wrap up the video real quick, and then of course we can
Oh
still
yeah,
keep on chilling and chatting, just so I can if the video can I can get it posted and all that stuff.
right.
But yeah, that was session 12. React fundamentals, why React exists, UI as a function of data, components, functions that return UI, JSX, the syntax and the quirks, props, data flowing down from parent to child, useState, reactive state that triggers re-renders, useEffect, running side effects the right way, and conditional rendering and lists with keys. Everything we've
Yeah,
built
but
this session, functions, arrays, objects, destructuring, spread, async, it all showed up tonight through all of the past sessions that we've been doing. This is why we went in order the way that we did. And I'm going to really try to keep coming back to fundamentals harder and harder because like I just want to keep drilling that. I mean, the best thing for any sport, any foundation of anything that you do in life is is just having great foundationals. So us harping on it is going to might feel a little redundant, but until you're sitting here calling out how to write these equations faster than I can type them, I don't think we've hit it too much. And I'm sure y'all will agree. Um, So next week we're going to go a bit deeper into React we're going to hit some hooks, custom hooks, and how state actually flows through real applications. So, you know, if you're watching the videos on YouTube, if you're not in Discord yet, remember, drop a comment or shoot me an email that I have in the description, and I'll send you guys the Discord link where you can get all the resources, the games, and all that stuff. But I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks for joining the Weekly Stack.